Hey neighbor, Greg here with growhouse.com. Today we want to talk about cowpeas. When do you need to plant your cowpeas? Well, if you've watched any of our videos in the past, you know we love to plant our cowpeas in the fall of the year and not the spring of the year. We do a lot better job growing them out in the fall because the insect pressure is so much less and peas just love the fall of the year. So I quit planting any cowpeas back in the spring several years ago, and I only plant mine in the fall of the year. Well, why do you want to grow your own cowpeas? Well, a few years ago, a commercial farmer down the road was growing commercial cowpeas, and I had no idea how it was done. But the way it was done actually kind of discouraged me somewhat. They grew the cowpeas out, they sprayed them with gramoxone or paraquat when they got matured out. They brought a combine in to combine or harvest those dry beans. They carried them to the canning plant. They reconstituted them or soaked them in water and sold them in the grocery store as fresh peas. At that point, I was very discouraged, and I said, man, I don't want to buy any cowpeas in the grocery store that's been sprayed with paraquat, dried out, and they're reconstituted. That's just not right for me. Now, if you buy your cowpeas in the grocery store, rest assured that's probably the way it was done. Now, if you buy cowpeas from a local farmer that shells them on site and everything, you're probably okay, and that's probably the best way to do if you're not going to grow your own cowpeas. But we grow just about all our own cowpeas. We process them, we put them in the freezer, so we got them year round. So let's talk about when do you need to plant cowpeas. Well, here it is, the 10th of August. If you're in zone 6, you should have already had yours planted because your first frost date in the fall is going to be around the end of October. And our cowpea maturity date is somewhere around 65 to 70 days. So if you do the math there, you know you should have planted yours around the 1st of August. Now for our friends in zone 7, 8, 9, and 10, now's the time you need to be planting your cowpeas. Plant them now. Middle of August, you got plenty of time for them to mature out so you can start harvesting before that frost date gets here. We normally harvest ours anywhere from 3 to 5 times. It's just according to what kind of weather and what kind of crop we make. So you want to give yourself a little time there at the end, but we got plenty of time if we get our cowpeas in now, middle to the end of August for us in zone 8 and 9 and 10 to make a wonderful crop. You guys in zone 7, get them in ASAP, just as soon as you can, and you will make a wonderful crop of cowpeas also. So let's go over some of the basics of how to grow cowpeas. First thing is varieties, and we have a lot of them, but I'm just going to talk about 2 today because these are my 2 favorites. Zipper peas and top pick pink eye. If you've never grown peas before, or even if you have grown peas before and you've not tried these 2 varieties, you need to. Now there's several different types of peas out there, but these right here has served me extremely well. They're easy to grow and they're easy to shell. Let's talk about zippers first. Zipper is classified as a crowder type pea. And what that means is it crowds inside of that hull. And if you notice there on the zipper peas, they got kind of that blocky look to them, and that's because they're bumped up next to each other. Extremely easy to shell. If there's one drawback to zipper peas is they do have a membrane that other cowpeas don't have, and they can be a little bit tougher or maybe take another day or 2 to germinate. That is the only downside to them. I love zipper peas. I love the way they taste. I love how easy they are to grow, and I especially love how easy they are to shell. The next one is top pick pink eye. This is a newer variety that I fell in love with a few years ago, and this is your good pink eye pea here. But here's what's wonderful about this. It was developed for machine picking, and it loads up on top of the plant. So it's easy for us, do have to hand pick them, to go in there and harvest them. You can get them real quick and easy, and you're not digging through the vine trying to find them. They're on top. Very productive. Now this pea, when you cook it, cooks up in what we call a clear broth. So it doesn't make that dark broth. So if you like a dark broth, pick another pea. This one makes the clear broth that most people like. And I'm extremely fond of this pea. Eats extremely well, easy to grow also. Just a little different variations in the zippers and the top pick. They are a little bit different. Top pick is not a crowder, it is a pink eye. So the shape of the pea is just a little bit different. They got a little bit maybe taste difference there, but both of them are extremely good peas, and I recommend them when I talk to somebody that's never grown peas before or want to try a new variety. That's the 2 I always tell them. So we got those. Those are what we call determinate type peas. They don't make a huge vine, which is good because we can contain them. Now we have a variety out there called Red Ripper that makes an indeterminate vine that really grows like crazy. I love Red Ripper, but it does take more space. If you're going to plant zipper or you're going to plant top pink peacock, normally about 36 to 40 inches in between your rows is a good spacing. Now I like to plant my peas about 4 to 6 inches apart in row. So set your garden up for that, anywhere from 36 to 40 inches in between your rows and 4 to 6 inches in between plants in row spacing. From a fertility standpoint, cowpeas are really easy to grow because they don't take much fertilizer. They are what we consider legumes, and we don't want to put much fertilizer on at all. If you fertilize your cowpeas too much, you will make mostly vine and not a lot of peas, and we don't want that. So here's a good strategy going into growing cowpeas. Use something like Complete Organic to put into your soil, or we use it terminology is pre-plant, to incorporate into your soil before you plant. Now you can do this a week to 2 weeks before you plant, and if you're getting it tight, do it right before you plant. It's okay. Ideally, I like to put this in there 5 to 7 days before I plant and let the microbes start breaking it down. This is the only fertilizer I use for cowpeas. You put this in there, plant your cowpeas, and this is going to have a fairly slow release. It's going to be perfect for your peas. It helps them get a good jump start, make a nice healthy plant, but it doesn't overload those peas with nitrogen and other nutrients that's going to cause you problems. This is it. Put this in a pre-plant and nothing else. Pests can be a problem on cowpeas, and that's one reason we like to grow them in the fall, because we have less pest pressure. But I'm going to lay out a schedule today to help you with that right there. These two chemicals here mixed together, applied every 14 days throughout the crop or the time of your cowpeas here, is going to solve all your issues. This is a new one called Takeout. This replaces Bug Buster 2 that's been discontinued. This is a little better chemistry and works extremely well. It is a synthetic insecticide that works on that cowpea cucurio. Take this, mix it with Fungamax. Fungamax is a fungicide that works extremely well on rust. And rust is one of our worst leaf diseases we get on cowpeas. So if you take these, mix them together, spray over 14 days, that's going to solve your problems. Now the mixing ratio on this can differ just a little bit, but I'm going to give you just a quick one right here. An ounce of this and an ounce of this per gallon of water, and that'll do the job just fine. So I got this video right here I did a couple years ago talking about zippers, and it's showing the zipper crop I grew that year. And it goes into more detail on growing peas, so check it out there. It may answer most of your questions. But I'm going to tell you folks, if you're not growing cowpeas in the following year, you are missing out. It's fun, it's enjoyable, the weather's cooling off a little bit, and they do extremely well, and you'll be so proud of the crop you make.